back to ETH. So I feel like Hickson's getting a lot of airtime on this episode. But I did say to him, which made me laugh last night. I messaged him on Slack and I was like, look, I need all of your best Ethereum bulltard tweets because I'm going to speak to the lads tomorrow about how ETH is now the buy and it's going to rip this cycle. And he proceeded to send me about 20, 25 tweets. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm just gonna pull a few of them up on screen here, and then we can kind of just work our way through them from a conversation point of view. So there's many different arguments to be made here, and we'll see.
Is there any in there that's saying it's topped?
No, actually. So Tyler D did post this one. We're saying GameSquare has just announced its plans to increase its ETH corporate treasury from 100 million to 250 million. And then, lo and behold, including a 10 million allocation to NFTs. Then Milk Road obviously posted this video from CNBC where it claims that ETH is not a security. The Ethereum blockchain is a very key component for a lot of other digital currencies. It's encouraging that these sorts of digital assets are being embraced by the market. Then again, an ETH co-founder says the next Sailor-style treasury pivot won't be in Bitcoin, it'll be in ETH. So before we go further down this rabbit hole, that's a good place to jump off.
We're seeing it from the data. We're already seeing it from the far side data coming in every day. It's been quite stark over the last couple of months, how it's just built very gradually for ETH. And now we're starting to see some serious inflows. And I think it was yesterday's, wasn't ETH up like 300 mil of inflows versus BTC outflow of 100 mil. And like, if we said this, say 3-4 months back, we would have all been laughing, saying that's bollocks, that couldn't happen. So everything pivots on a dime in crypto. So you have to be very agile. But it has just been, they've just been smashing the marketing at the park. And that has been from people in traditional finance mainly, I'd say. But it's doing bits. And this is obviously bullish for broader altcoin speculation as well. So long may it continue, to be honest.
But the thing is, people always bring it up that, this thing can't last forever. Like, how many treasury companies are we going to have? Like, they can't all have a premium to their stock price compared to their net asset value. So, like, I've been discussing with other TradFi guys, and they're always like being very cautious about if these people will actually pull off something new. Like, are they going to like attach options to their treasuries and all that? Like, if this thing goes down to like the deeper Ponzi hole, then the unwinding might be the biggest blow up in crypto, because now we have the big boys coming in deploying their liquidity here. So like a 2022 style, like hedge funds exploding, but this time it's just public companies, I guess.
I think we see that definitely. I don't think anyone, like, the thing is with Sailor starting this trend, Sailor is like mentally deranged. I don't believe the rest of them truly believe the product that they're selling to the extent of what Michael Saylor does. I also don't think they're as good at financial engineering as what Saylor is, or I don't think they're as good as a salesman as Saylor. So I think there's going to be a lot of casualties. I think we're going to probably get sent to the Shadow Realm for a short period of time at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I love the fact that like, there's loads of like failed biotech companies that are kind of like rebranding and pivoting to.
Yeah,
I don't know. It is not going to end well, but our job as idiots is to get off before the party stops.
Yeah, it seems like we're at the stage where we're able to front run them telegraphing a lot of fucking capitals coming in to buy these bags.
And it's a big telegraph as well. It's not like
it's a big one.
Yeah, it's like going on CNBC and shit like that to kind of like start marketing it. Like, just front run it and get out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Joseph Lubin, I think the quote that he said is that this is our broadband moment, and we know what he's getting at now. That's just going to be ETH.
Ethereum is like dial-up compared to Solana. Is that what he's getting at?
I think, and it's interesting. Like Ansem did this, did a tweet the other day, and it was like, if banks all decide to issue their own stablecoins, which blockchain will be the transactions primarily settled on? And it was a vote between Ethereum, Solana, others, and like TradFi rollups, and it was ETH like won out by 45.2%. And is it not
I don't.
Like,
think
I want to just.
I don't think that's how it plays out. It's
No.
It's a permission chain if it happens anywhere.
So
there's no fucking way. Like, there's absolutely no way banks are putting trillions on chain that they do not have some pseudo control over. There's no way. Not having it.
Go on.
If it's going to be anything, it's going to look like some kind of conglomerate like Visa or what MasterCard is, where the banks have got a vested interest in it, where it is pseudo permissioned. So like this semi-permissionless chain. This is why Ethereum went with the converged architecture that is semi-permissionless. There's absolutely no way on earth that it's going to be on. Predominantly, it's not going to be on one public blockchain. It's just not going to happen. Not a chance.
Interesting thoughts,
I don't
lads.
see it.
You'd have to think Solana is the settlement layer. Like, even if you just use any of these chains yourself, like if you're going to have payments operate on one large network, it's the only one that kind of works. So I just can't see it being ETH. It just, I think, what was the gas spiked up for swaps to like $11, $12 in the last week, like just straight away. And there's not been that much activity. So yeah, I can't see anything other than Solana for payments, particularly.
Yeah. Also, like, they're already coming out with stable and like all these new stable coin designated chains. So I think they might create like a federation of banks and these payment system and rails that will have some sort of control over their flows, capital flows, because, you know, we've seen how the government, the US government, is so sensitive about like these stable coins being used by people that they don't really hang around with. For example, terrorists. They don't want, terrorists to be using the stables, and you know how Elizabeth Warren was really mad about that. And it's about like the political motives, in my opinion, instead of like the bank's own interests. I don't think the banks really gave a shit about if terrorists use their money. Like they make more money out of it. So I think it's more about governmental overreach. Yeah.
It will be like a federation, like you're saying, similar to what Visa is, but it'll run on crypto rails. Like, it's just not going to happen. There's no way, like, just not going to happen. Sorry.
So, right, to draw a line into this, predictions, and a lot has been made about ETH's outperformance in the last few days or so. But like, even as we record this now, like last 7 days, it's neck and neck really with Sol and XRP and everything. Like, where does this go? Like, Grant, you've said we'll pay for this. Juhyuk, like, I don't know what your thoughts are. We're going to go to you as well, Gaz, and I'm going to start with you first, Gaz. Like, how far does this go with ETH? And give me a price target. I don't really want a price target.
If we can extrapolate from what we've just seen over the last 2 months with Bitcoin and their treasury companies, like, things have picked up pace very, very quickly. So I think you might see the same thing happen with ETH here. And I think if we do this pod in, say, a month's time, the story's changed a lot and a lot of people have started to ape in. So I think we do see this kind of, it's not even been a gradual rise. It's gone bang up almost into 4K again. It's gonna break all-time highs, if you ask me. I think that wouldn't be a silly prediction to make with all these numbers floating around.
Yeah.
10K maybe. But I think that would be sell everything, and go enjoy yourself for 6 months minimum.
I would do like, over 10K. I think, I like to dream big. At least that seems like the case because, Wall Street loves Ethereum now. Apparently it's their new baby. They want to, put money on it. Yeah. They want to build the new internet on it. So yeah, at least we got to go over 10K. That should happen to make everyone happy,
Maybe if we keep doing these podcasts on Ethereum, we might add 25% of its market cap.
Yes.
Yeah, true. Yeah. If you think we're not going to like clip this up to the fucking rafters on Ethereum, by the way, from a search point of view, you've got another thing coming. So I'm going to land finally on the biggest ETH bear in the world. Grant, what do you think? I know you've kind of given the game away. But...
No, I do think it'll hit all-time highs. I don't see it really breaking past 10, if I'm honest. Like what we sat at market cap wise now. Has anyone got CoinGecko open?
Yes. I've got about 50 tabs open here, gents. Someone's going to have to beat me to it.
I think you do see huge acceleration, as Gaz is saying. I really don't think you verge over 10k. And I also think if you do start to see a lot more Solana-based treasury companies come online, I think that could catch a bid as well, which might steal a little bit of the thunder. And Wall Street are obviously very aware of the whole Solana thing. I think they've done a much better job at marketing it towards those guys up until now. I think that what Danny Ryan and Ethereum have done, even in the past 6 to 10 months, I think it's been reflected now in what you're seeing. So it's at least there is some competition now. But yeah, I don't know. Like what we saw at there, 450 bill. Can Ethereum hit $1 trillion asset? Like, I don't know. That's nosebleed territory for me.